I think in my 7 years, just hit my 7 years, that somebody tried to give me a fake test. And I don't know what to do because that is the craziest thing I've ever thought would come out of my mouth. Like, I never thought that I would be the victim. The person that somebody would perpetrate that type of shenanigans against. Because, let me backtrack. So I'm supposed to do a shoot tomorrow with 2 performers. One is from Europe and one is from LA. The girl is from LA and the guy is from Europe. And there was a very big convention last week that the male performer came to town for in Miami. And he was here all last week for that. And he then came to LA this week. So I'm supposed to shoot tomorrow, and everybody is sending, their QR codes, sending their fresh tests, asking when is everyone getting testing, all of these things. And it's Monday, and he sends a test with no QR code and says that he just got his back today, meaning Monday, he got his back. And he said, I tested yesterday, meaning he tested on Sunday. Which, if y'all know anything about doctors or logic or anything, most places are not open on Sunday. Like, that's not really a thing, that doctor's offices are open on Sunday. But let alone the doctor's offices that we need. That's not a thing. They're maybe Saturday early, like before noon, but definitely not no Sunday, and definitely not gonna get your results back on a Monday. That's crazy. 1 day turnaround time. So I was already like, I get the test back and it has no QR. So that was my first red flag. Like, why are you sending me something with no QR code? That's a no. I can't verify that. I will never, ever, ever accept that. Because I'm a Delulu and I don't know. I have to go by the books. I'm such a rule follower in that regard that, like, in 7 years, I've never, ever, ever, it's either I'm going to deal with you with full-fledged trust, like I met you and we're boyfriend and girlfriend, and full-fledged trust, like we're in a relationship, or you're gonna need to do the rules that everybody follows, like, and there's the trust of us being co-workers, and I trust you based on the word of other people, and then you have to follow the rules. So this person sent me no QR code, so I'm like, well, that's weird. So then I look, and it was like, well, you had got tested in LA, which is where the QR code places are. It's not even like you got tested somewhere where there's no QR code. Because say you get tested in like Kansas, or, a lot of my fans are like, how do people in my industry or whatever go for this dog and his big old stick? How do people in my industry go for the special type of testing that we go for, right? So he just went and got any willy-nilly. It's like, bro, you're not even doing the thing. You're doing less than the fans are doing. So I already was like on some no, because there's no QR code. Then I start looking at the test, and I'm like, okay, well, let me just go on the website for the test and see, like, because that's kind of cool that they have the same name. It says Gold Standard Panel. And I'm like, well, that's kind of cool that they have the same name that our test has. And I go on the website for the diagnostics, place that he got tested. they don't have nothing called a gold standard panel. And I'm like, so that's my second red flag. So you already gave me a thing, no QR code, and the place that you went doesn't even have a test that's called the test that you, because it lists everything that you could get, glucosamine tests and, you know, drug testing and all, it has literally all the type of different tests you can, antibody tests and all type of COVID and whatever, all these things. No, don't say nothing about no gold panel. So then I start typing in individual names of tests, because I know what the individual names of tests are, right? Because there's the gold standard panel is a group of tests. It's like about 12 tests in one, you know, swabbing and this and that and urine and all of these. So I start typing in the individual names, and the individual names for the tests start coming back saying 2 to 3 day turnaround time. Okay. Then they're saying the lab only runs these tests on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Like, it actually says turnaround time, like TAT, turnaround time, and it says labs ran on, so that you know, like, when these are gonna be. So I'm like, the lab not open on Sunday, and there's no 1 day turnaround time. So how did you get it back to me on Monday? So I'm like, let me just call him. So I called the lab, obviously, and they tell me that the address on the page that he gave is wrong. Hello, come here. He tells me the address on the page is wrong. ¿Qué pasó? And there's no the address on the thing is wrong, and that's not the phone. There's no phone number on the actual test. So I have to go on the website, or I have to go on Google to look for the phone number. He gives me a weird phone number that's not even the phone number for them. So I'm like, it's all giving very, very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. Because you want to go see your friend? Her friend is at the park. No? Come here. Mi amor. I think he's busy with his papa. So it was he want to go play with his friend. It was so I think he done gave me a fake test. So I hit him this morning and told him all the information, and I told the other girl all the information, because I'm not gonna be a weirdo and be like, but I just told him, like, you know, the labs say they're not open on Sundays. The labs say they don't have 1 to 2 day turnaround time. This don't have a QR code, and you just went to a big old convention last week, so it's super important that I have a test I can verify, and these things are not coming back verified. So I think my whole thing got canceled because I don't think that was real. And I'm like, in 7 years, I'm just not